What's up guys, DuArktik here with another Raid the Shadow Legends video, and we are back. We have the update in game and we're gonna take a look at the new characters that we are still not familiar with. And it seems that we are going to have seven new characters. Well, while 5 of them are going to be these Assassin's Creed related characters, we also have the epic that is going to be necessary for the fusion, and one additional one, right? So that's going to be 5 plus 1 plus another. So you're going to try to figure out all of these characters, so buckle in. Okay guys, so as I was finishing the video, I found out the epic. We already have the fusion in game, and the epic is going to be a turtle. We're going to get another Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. I mean, I guess this one is not a teenage, but okay, so it's a epic champion. Magic support. So yeah, let's see what it does. Attacks all enemies, heals this champion by 5%. Attack based, attacks all enemies, heals only this champion. Okay, that's a little bit weird, bro. Like, that's a bit weird. Galapagos style. It's so hilarious. Heals all allies by 15% of this champion's max health. That's good. Filter meter by 15%. That's great. Also places 25% resist on allies. That's decent. On a 3-turn cooldown. Awesome. Revives an ally with 75% HP and 50% turn meter. That's really strong. 4-turn cooldown. Places unkillable and reflect damage on that ally for 2 turns. That's really solid. We have Fashion Creeps resistance, and the passive heals this champion by 25% of their max health whenever an ally dies. Heals all allies by 50% of this champion's max health whenever this champion... Oh my god. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, but okay, I mean, it's cool. I like the design. Instead of a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, we have a ancient old Ninja Turtle. Yeah, that's cool. So yeah, this is going to be the fusion material for Cassandra, right? That's her name. Cassandra, yeah. So the Assassin's Creed, there you go. We're gonna take a look at the new characters after this, so enjoy. So Ezio Auditore, we already talked about him. He's gonna be good for new players, then it's gonna be trash, and then when you go to the very end game, Siege and so on, it's going to be good again. So awesome. I like the logo here. I think that looks pretty awesome. And we have another character. So this is on the Sacred Order. We have another character on the Sacred Order, which is Basim. So once again, Sacred Order, Assassin's Creed, Basim, Ishak. Let's see what this guy does. Okay, attacks twice, single target. Each has a chance of weaken for 2 turns. Okay, if he has Veil of Perfect Veil, increase that chance to 100%. Okay, awesome. Then has 50% chance of applying debuff spread, taking 1 random debuff to all enemies. 100% chance if he has Perfect Veil. Okay, attack based and is a force type. Cool. Nothing special. Let's see the second ability. Attacks all enemies, will ignore 15% defense, will ignore 30% if he is Veil, Perfect Veil. 75% chance of applying block active skills. Ooh, that's powerful. Okay, I like that. This debuff will ignore any block debuffs. If he has Veil, bro, wow, that's crazy. And you can reduce it to a 3-turn cooldown. That's excellent. Now, it seems like this guy requires a lot of books. We are taking a look at 9. Okay, it's 12, it's the usual. Okay, last one. Winds of Baghdad, so attacks twice, deals 5% more damage for each buff and debuff on this champion, and 5% more damage for each buff and debuff on the target, up to 100% total, I guess. Places Perfect Veil on this champion for 3 turns and grants an extra... Wow, okay. Okay, now we are talking. Okay, yeah, this guy is way better than the other ones. Ally attacks in all battles 30%. So this is a sign that this is a character above the other ones. So yeah, in terms of the passive, we have when enemies drop below 25% for each assassin, will deal additional damage. So yeah, that's great. Whenever this champion is attacked, steal 1 random buff from the attacker, transfer 1 random debuff from this champion to the attacker. These effects will ignore polymorph occurs once per skill, and it will ignore 25% resistance if he has Veil or Perfect Veil. Again, pretty solid. The block active skills is very powerful, so yeah. I think this guy might have more value than the other Ezio guy. Okay, let's see if we can find the other new champions. Ooh, we have a Void Legendary. Okay, there you go. Bike. Okay, so Bayek? Probably Bayek. So Assassin's Creed Barbarian Void. Is he the one with the ally whatever? No, it's not. Okay, so attacks one enemy, places a leech, debuff. Okay, fills his champion turn meter by 20% and is defense based. Wow, okay. Attacks all enemies, decrease the accuracy and decrease the resistance for 2 turns. Also applies provoke to all enemies. If the target is under 3 or more debuffs, places provoke for 2 turns instead. Okay, that's nice. Good for Hydra. Places increase accuracy on all allies, places perfect veil and increase defense on all allies except this champion. So this is going to be the guy that gives perfect veil to everyone on this team. Places 60% increased defense on this guy for 3 turns. Okay, cool. Grants an extra turn. So we already have 2 characters that gain extra turns. Then we have his passive. This champion and their allies cannot receive critical hits from champions or enemies whose accuracy is equal or lower than their own accuracy. Wow, that's interesting. That's very interesting. And this seems like a Egyptian style, right? From the yellow plus blue ornaments, I would say is like a little bit of Egyptian. But, oh yeah, for sure is Egyptian, right? Okay, and this is going to be the one that does the damage. And 70% accuracy in all battles. Once again, this is a sign that this champion in terms of stats is above the other ones. Very high defense, low HP, and very low attack. And he does not have increased crit damage. So he's not supposed to be a damage dealer. He's just a buffer. Okay, do we have any other champions? We have the new faction, the Argonites here with Cassandra. She looks a little bit too masculine for my taste, not gonna lie. I'm not the biggest fan of her kit, the fact that she becomes immune to damage and so on. It's cool, don't get me wrong, it's cool. But we'll have to wait and see how powerful this is going to be in the future. We'll see. But the background is awesome. I really like the Roman / Greek aesthetic, more like Atlantean. I guess I would say hybrid between all of that, right? Something like that. So we found 4 of the 7 characters. Let's see here if we can find any new face. We should have a new one, right? Oh, we have Augustine. He's here. Oh, look at our boy, Event Champion. Wow, I like these things. Assassin's Creed from 8th of January to 8th of April. Okay, there you go. But are we going to be able to summon this guy? 24 speed in all battles. He looks very interesting in terms of design. I really thought he's going to be like another Sacred Order with Udex Lator, but I guess not. Okay, 75% chance of applying block active skills. Steals the turn meter for each buff on the target. Wow. Is attack based champion. And is not a damage dealer from what it seems. Removes all buffs from all enemies, 75% chance of applying Ensnare. This will ignore block debuffs. Also decrease the turn meter of all enemies by 25%. Enemies under 3 more of buffs, 40% instead. Very powerful. Ensnare, I don't remember what Ensnare does. Let's see if we can find it really quick. Freeze. Ensnare is like the Spider-Man web, right? If I remember correctly. Ensnare, where are you at? I know the description is not very long, and it was introduced like 3 months ago. Ensnare, altered meter increase effects received by this champion will be reduced by 50 or 100%. Wow, that's massive. That's really massive. For PvP, this is going to be awesome. Places increase attack and intercept on all allies plus a turn meter. Wow. This is very strong. Intercept, it will stop stuns and other things. It's the buff that you get from pinpoint. So the fact that this guy does on his abilities is absolutely insane. And then allies receive 25% less damage from block damage, unkillable from enemies under, okay, Stone Skin, Perfect Veil, Veil, and so on. So yeah, this guy is going to counter the Assassin's Creed champions because they will always be under Veil and Perfect Veil. Each time enemy receives a buff, healed by turn meter, okay, has 50% chance to decrease the duration of all buffs, occurs once per skill on each target. Okay, wow, very powerful. Okay, so from the Knights Reverend, I think that's the only guy. Okay, I think I found the last one. We have Edward. Oh, there you go, Edward on the Banner Lords. So we found our last champion, this guy with the guns. Really cool design. So yeah, we found all the champions, all the 6 champions. There will be one epic, but I'm not going to search for that epic. Attacks one enemy 3 times. Each hit has 75% chance of decreasing the target turn meter by 15%. Each hit will decrease by 25% if it's a critical attack, and this cannot be resisted if it's under Veil or Perfect Veil. And now most of these champions are attack based, so that's going to be a problem to build up all these tunes. This one, the second ability, Day 2, Fan the Hammer, attacks all enemies 2 times. The first hit will steal all buffs from all enemies and decreases each enemy's turn meter by 20%. Wow. This effect cannot be resisted if he's under Veil or Perfect Veil. The second hit will place a sleep for all enemies. This debuff will ignore block debuffs if it's a critical and cannot be resisted if a Veil, Perfect Veil. Wow, that's very strong. Attacks one enemy before attacking, place Perfect Veil on this champion as well as all other assassins on the team. Okay. Will ignore shield, stone skin, and block damage. Places revive. Places a block revive. Okay, awesome. And then we have the typical passive, and then we have another one. Each hit will inflicted by this champion have 50% chance of applying 100% snare. Wow. Debuff on the targets. Whenever this champion kills an enemy, places 100% snare on all other enemies. Decrease the turn meter by 20%. And this cannot be resisted if Veil, Perfect Veil. This champion inflicts 20% more damage against targets under Ensnare. Wow, okay, so yeah, it seems like we have a very powerful group of characters. They are mostly PvP based, and that's okay, I guess, for most part. But what we can see here is that none of them have that unity effect like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So for the people that were expecting that, it's actually not the case. And I think this will reduce the value of these champions as a whole, because that means they are still going to be strong as a team, right? Because they have all those synergies with the Veil and Perfect Veil and so on. They have mechanics to give themselves Perfect Veil and so on. But I don't know, bro. I don't know. It seems like it's just not going to be to the same degree. And yeah, we have the last one here once again, just to make sure that we are talking correctly. So yeah, no unity bonuses. Is this something that is going to compromise your desire for these champions? Let me know all of that in the comments below. And are you going all in? 5 new champions. 5 new champions. One of them should be pay to win. And we don't know which one is going to be, right? And that's going to be a big problem. I think we don't have any villain character like Shredder that would fit that place. And that was what I always thought about this. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, guys, that's going to be the video. I hope you guys enjoyed all the champions that we have for the Assassin's Creed event. Let me know in the comments below which one are you the most excited for. Are you going for all of them or not? And as always, if you like the information on these videos, make sure to share it to your fans on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe for more Rachel content. And I will catch you guys later.